Hey y'all, it's Lindsey. I wanted to share with you what I eat over 2 days on a Ketovore way of eating, which is high protein, moderate fat, and low carb. So right now my husband is on a work trip. I'm the only one eating Ketovore in the house. My girls, they do eat the same thing that my husband and I eat on a regular basis. I do tend to bulk their meals up with some carbs usually, or with more high carb vegetables than what my husband and I eat. They do eat fruit. They do eat other carbs like pasta and rice and things like that. But with just me eating the bulk of the food, this is going to be a little bit repetitive. And I'm not going to tell you that I don't get into the rut of eating the same thing over and over again, meal over meal over meal. I do that often. I can get on a kick with something that I just really enjoy and go for it until I wind up being sick of it. So anyway, let's start with what I had yesterday. Having kind of a simple breakfast today. I have 2 slices of my egg white bread with a smear of butter on there. And I have a protein shake here. This is some almond milk, whey protein isolate, a little bit of sweetener, and I put some nutmeg in there for kind of a more eggnoggy-ish flavor. And then I have my next cup of coffee. This will be number 2 for me. And yeah, this right here, I did go through and put 50 grams of protein, 50 grams worth of my whey protein isolate, so that way I can really make sure I hit my protein goals for the day. Lunch is ready. I sauteed up some chicken in a skillet with a little bit of my bacon fat back there, and then I added in some cabbage once my chicken was most of the way cooked. Popped it into my bowl here. I added some of my homemade mayonnaise. That might be, I don't know, between 2 teaspoons and 1 tablespoon. And then I also drizzled on probably about a tablespoon's worth of this sweet chili sauce. This is my sweet chili Thai sauce that I really love to use. I have not done a video on my recipe for this yet. Hopefully I will do that shortly and soon. And I just kind of want to wait till I get to the bottom of this particular bottle here. I have a bubbly. This is really good. One thing I notice is using sort of more Asian-inspired flavors makes it easier to steer clear from dairy, especially. So Asian-inspired flavors, I am all in for that for lunch today. I'm going to go enjoy this. I am about ready for my afternoon cup of coffee. So I have a cup of black coffee there. These are some keto crackle bars that I am making. I'm trying to make some shelf stable or some, counter stable chocolates. And so I'm going to have one of these. These have those Pro Mix protein puffs in it. So there are some carbs in that, and there's some carbs in the cocoa powder. But I'm really liking the way that these have sort of turned out. If I can get it to focus. There we go. Just a thin little bar. And I'm going to go have this and move on about my afternoon. I don't know if it is the sleet happening outside right now or what, but I am starving. So I went ahead and fried up 2 slices of the Wright's thick cut bacon, and then I added some of my homemade mayonnaise onto each side of these 2 slices of my homemade egg bread. Got it over here. And so I'm going to have this for a snack. I did plug my calories and my food into Carb Manager just to kind of see, am I not eating enough today? Is that the problem? And it turns out, yes, I am not eating enough. I had not even broken through 750 calories for today. So I am going to have this as a late afternoon snack, and then I will probably have dinner a little bit later. Time for some dinner. Here I have a quarter of a frittata I had made. It's literally just eggs and some pork sausage that I cooked. And then I have a little bit of some salsa here. It's about 2 tablespoons. And then I've got a glass of water. And that will make for a dairy-free frittata for dinner. So that's everything that I had yesterday. I did feel somewhat hungry in the evening, but I didn't have I just didn't have a driving force in my heart and in my gut to really go make anything more to eat. So I just didn't. I did wake up very hungry this morning. That's not my usual MO. But now I'm going to share with you everything I ate today up until right this moment. Breakfast time. Yesterday, my bacon and mayonnaise sandwich was super good, and I decided I wanted another one. Today, I have 2 slices of my egg white bread. I have 2 slices of thick cut Wright brand bacon. I did put 1 egg, and then I did my homemade mayonnaise, and I have my next cup of coffee here. This makes number 2, and this is going to be devoured. We have made it to lunchtime. I'm having some leftover frittata from last night's dinner. It's 1/4 of the frittata, and so this is about 2.5 eggs, about 2 to 3 ounces of ground pork sausage, and then I topped it with 2 tablespoons of salsa, a medium heat salsa, no sugar added type of a deal, and some of my homemade mayonnaise. I also have 2 slices of my egg white bread with butter. I'm trying to use up the last of this loaf before I bake some more, but I do want to have more, but I want to have fresh bread. So, you know, just constantly eating it, basically. And then I have a small ramekin of raspberries here and a bubbly. Dinner is ready. So I made some chicken lettuce wraps. These, I do have a video on the actual, like the recipe for this. It's a very old video on my channel, but that's what I decided to make for dinner tonight. So chicken lettuce wraps. It's ground chicken that I cooked with a variety of seasonings and spices. It's got the Asian flavors like I was talking about earlier. I did put a little bit of homemade mayonnaise and sriracha. That's always going to kind of be a theme. Mayonnaise and some kind of hot sauce. So I've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these little guys here. That's probably, I don't know, about 1/3 of a pound of some of the ground chicken. So we'll see if that fills me up, and I've also got water. So that's what I had over the last 2 days of eating. Very repetitive. I totally know that, but there we go. I really appreciate you following along with me as I shared what I eat in a day, and I hope to see you in my next video.